Hi guys, I'm Kasha. Welcome to my channel, to my bookland, and to our coffee times together. And today I'm here to bring you my December TBR. But this time, like whenever I go on holidays, my TBR, it's just a bunch of books that I hope to read and we shall see. Because when I go on holidays, I just take my Kindle with a bunch of books and then I try to read as many from those as I can. Because, you know, when I'm traveling, I just take my Kindle. It's just the most convenient thing to do, especially when I'm going to Spain to visit my family, because they give me a lot of stuff and I have to bring all the stuff back. So I don't have space on my suitcase for books. And I do tend to have a little bit more time for reading normally, so you know, I can also read more than I usually do, so it's good to have many books in the Kindle.
It's coffee time!
Alright, so let's start. But before we go to those ebooks that I'm gonna read on my Kindle, I decided to read one physical book before I leave for my holidays. Actually, I planned on reading two, but that was a little bit too ambitious because the week before my holidays, I'm always extremely busy, like insanity. So I knew that I would only have time for one book, and that is Infinity Sun by Adam Silvera, because I had this arc and I was so lucky to win this arc, and I got it when I was in London, and the book is coming out on the 14th of January. Adam Silvera is an out-of-buy author for me, and he normally writes hard-hitting contemporary with queer characters, but this is the first time that he is writing a fantasy, and this is book one, so I was intrigued immediately and wanted to read it. I'm currently on page 110, and it is a mix of a lot of things. We have a mix of Harry Potter, the X-Men, and a little bit of Ready Player One. I'm getting those vibes, you know. So we follow also different characters, and there is a lot happening in the book, like a lot of terminology when it comes to specific people and creatures that have specific powers. So my wish is that for the finished copy that there is a little glossary or something at the end where you can just quickly check, because there is a lot of things going on, like I said, and I think it would be really helpful. The book also reads very modern. He even mentions Funko Pops, like, excuse me, which I thought it was really cool. So I'm really enjoying it so far, but there is a lot going on in the book. So I am taking with me on my Kindle two books that I got from NetGalley. So the first one is called Bottle Tales by Howard Odens, and somebody throws a bottle to the window of a car and that causes the car to go off the road, and it is a group of teenagers in the car, and after the events of that night their lives change forever and they start to realize that everything that's happening to them is kind of intertwined. So I believe it's a short story, it's under 300 pages, and it is kind of horror thriller, so I definitely wanted to read this one. The next one sounds also fantastic, and this is the second one that I got from NetGalley, and it's called The Woman in the Veil by Laura Jo Rowland, and this is based in London in the 1800s, and it is about these people that work as photographers for murder cases and all of that, so they are used to seeing corpses and stuff, and then one night they are called to go and photograph the latest murder, and it is this woman that is next to the river whose face is completely slashed, battered, and you cannot identify her, and when she starts taking photographs of the corpse they realize that she's alive, so she's kind of like a mutilated Sleeping Beauty. So how cool that does sound. And then I bought a bunch of ebooks from Amazon that were on sale, and I got all of these books from prices that go from 99 cents to $2.99. So I just got all of those good deals, and I decided to take all of those ebooks with me and see which ones I read, basically. So the couple first books that I'm gonna mention are thrillers. The first thriller is The Girl I Used to Know by Faith Hogan. It is about two strangers that share the same house, but their lives could not be more different, and I've heard so many good things about this thriller that I am super excited. The next thriller that I have, it's called Found by Erin Kingsley, And it is the story about an 11-year-old that disappears, and the police are under a lot of pressure to find this missing kid, but they don't find him, and years pass, and then the kid comes back. Suddenly he's found, but he refuses to speak. The next thriller is one that I am so excited to read because I've heard such good things about it and I just want to know how it is. So this one I think I'm gonna read for sure, and it's called No Exit by Taylor Adams. It's the story of this girl that is driving home because her mom is dying, and she gets caught in this snow blizzard, and she has to stop at a rest stop station, and there are 4 strangers there. And she goes outside of the rest stop because she's trying to get, you know, some connection on her phone to call, and she realizes that those 4 strangers have a van, and inside is a girl that appears to have been kidnapped. The last thriller that I have to talk to you about is In the Woods by Tana French, and we're following the story of Adam that is 12, and he goes into the woods with 2 friends, and the friends are never seen again. Their bodies are never found, but they do find Adam against a tree with blood on his shoes and no recollection of what happened. And now we move forward into the future. He has changed his name, he works as a policeman, and there is something that happens at the same spot where it all happened, and he is a little bit scared because he wants to solve the case, but he doesn't want people to know about his past. Next, I have a couple of horror books that I would definitely love to read. The first one is called The Call of Death by R.J. Garcia, and it is about Hannah that it is attending an English boarding school, and she has the usual teenage problems, but she also gets like these weird dreams, and in one of her dreams she figures out the name of a serial killer. That's all I know. I'm super pumped for this one, and it's also one that was just released, so I am so excited for it. And the next one is basically just a slasher, and it is very short. It's called Bloodlust, Serial Killer Thriller by Catherine Sharp. So I paid like €1 or something for this one, and it's a short one, and you know, I want to read more horror, so this one was perfect. Then I have a couple of love stories, a couple of romances. There's like 2 that are regular, and then there's a couple of Christmas love stories, which we all know, you know, I'm a sucker for when Christmas comes around. The first one is The Flat by Beth O'Leary, and I think it's about 2 people that share the same flat, but because of their schedule they never really see each other, and then it kind of becomes a love story. I've heard good things about it, so we shall see. And the other one, it's called Love You, Love You Not by Joe Watson, and all I know is that it's supposed to be a hate to love relationship, so I really like those, so I would like to give this one a try, and Amazon had it on sale for 99 cents. The next couple of books are Christmas romances, and they are so cheesy, it's like, it's too much. The first one is called The Gift of Happiness by Holly Martin, and it is December, and Ruby is relocating her Christmas shop in a village that's called Happiness. Okay, so, and basically she meets there one of her older crushes or something like that. I don't know, I'm just trash for this kind of stories. The next love story based in December is One Day in Winter by Sherry Lowe, and it is about how in 24 hours 4 lives changed. It kind of reminds me to Love Actually or this kind of movies, but this one is based on the Christmas season, so we shall see. And the next one is actually one that I know anything about but it's called All I Want for Christmas Is You by Miranda Leeson, and I saw Kayla from Crack Into a Good Book talking about this book, and that she got it and she's gonna read it for Christmas, and I was like, I need to read it too. The next one is one that I am 100% gonna read because it's kind of like a dark Christmas story, and it's called Henderbell, The Shadow of Saint Nicholas by J.D. Netto, and it is about Enzo and Ava that, you know, believe in magic, but they don't know the repercussions of magic, and they're visited one day, but some entities are called the shadow spirits. So I think this is going to be kind of like a magical fantasy that involves Christmas, but it's gonna have like a dark twist to it, so I'm definitely pumped for it. And the last one that I would like to mention here is just a little novella that I picked up, and it's called Becoming the Dark Prince by Carrie Maniscalco. It's basically a novella based on the books Stalk and Jack the Ripper. So it's just going to be a short story, and since I read now the first 2 books, I feel like I can just read this novella. I hope I'm not spoiling myself for anything that's coming later. But yeah, I just got it and it's a very short story, so probably also gonna have time to get to that one. And even though I have other ebooks there that I might take with me as well on my Kindle, these are all the ones that I wanted to mention because these are definitely enough. Some of these books are short, or like this novella, you know, they're not that long, especially some of the horror ones are 200 something pages, so I might be able to get through some of those. Also the, you know, romantic novels are a lot faster to read. Normally they are more fast-paced for me than other books, so we shall see. But these are some of the options that I'm gonna be taking with me for my holidays. Let me know if you know of any of these books. Have you read them? What are you planning to read this Christmas? Are you gonna read anything that is Christmas themed? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, thanks so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate your support. Please give the video a big thumbs up. If you're new here, click on the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell so you don't miss any more coffee times with me. And if you want to follow me in other social media, I do have Goodreads, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. The links to those can be found in the description box down below. And I hope to see you all in the next coffee time. Bye!